let's talk Magneto. If you're new to Marvel Rivals or you're new to Magneto, the key is controlling space. And so today I'm going to be showing you the simple cooldown loop that makes him so consistent. So without further ado, let's just straight up get straight into it and show you the loop. And then we can talk a little bit more about like the things about why you're doing it and what allows for the cycle to be so consistent. So we'll say that this Galactabot here is the tank, and on the back wall over here is the support. So we'll reload again real quick. This tank is going to be like trying to go across this like line here for like when he's moving around, trying to like, you know, poke at your team. You want to be trying to shoot past him to hit the support, ideally. If you can hit DPS, that works too, but always try and prio the support. Poking on the supports, you poke it on the supports. If you can make a support one-shot and make them disengage the fight, you're at an advantage. Straight up. Because they have less heals, one less person in the fight. You can... Or if they're leaving the fight temporarily to go get heals off their other healer, or their other healer is looking at them to keep them topped up, that's both of the support's eyes off of the rest of the DPS, the rest of the tanks, and that gives you a window of opportunity to try and pick on a DPS or get a pick on a tank and then win the team fight because they're down a player. Now, so you want to like autos, try and hit the mag cannon knockback with an auto. Now, depending on whichever support you're coming up against, they will have a HP pool of either 250 or 275. So let me start with a 250 health pool support. We'll use Mantis as an example. She's a 250 HP. So auto, mag cannon, auto, dead. A 250, that is as simple a combo as you'll ever find. Let's grab a 275 here, so we'll use Luna. You see that combo there? She's still alive. So that's the difference between a kill on a 250 and a 275. So what you want to do with Luna is you want to auto or reload instead. That's good too. Let's put her back on the pad. So you want to auto, knockback, auto. And then that will confirm the kill on a 275 HP support. But one thing to be wary of as well, for if your mag cannon, let's say you've thrown it wildly at the wall over here and you missed. It has 3 tiers. 1 tier there for the single ring, the 2nd tier, and then the 3rd tier there. You can see on this skin, for example, that it has like a purple hue around that so you can see when it's full and ready. That will give you the full knockback for when you fire it, as opposed to, let's put it back on the pad here. We'll fire it off here just to reset it. Tier 1, small chunk. There's 1 ring. There's 2. Bigger chunk. Minimal knockback. You always want to try and make sure that you have all 3 rings while you're going. So you're poking, it's reset. There's your full knockback. So it's always something to try and keep track of. Granted, if you're in the middle of a fight, it might be a little bit more difficult if you're newer to the game or you're newer to playing Magneto. But it's just a little something that comes with time, and you like pay attention and notice it. All right, so for the next part, this is the very like core cycle of what you'll be trying to do during the team fights. You'll be poking. If things are getting a little bit heated and heavy, shield, absorb some damage, carry on firing. If it's getting a little bit more heavy, you pop your bubble, stay holding the line. And then you have your shield back up again. It's took a couple of seconds off of your bubble. And so you can like just keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully at this point your team is like still healing you if you need it, and like you're not getting too much pressured out. You'll probably find that you do get pressured out a little bit more if you're solo tanking more, because people will just see that you are solo tanking. You'll get focused a little bit more with direct damage. So it can sometimes backfire on you, but it just depends. If you're solo queuing, you'll probably find that like you do tend to more often have to solo tank, and it's a shame, but it is what it is. Can't win them all, right? But yeah, so poking, let's like say knockback, absorbing damage, Poking, some more poking. Pop your bubble to stay in the fight, control the space. Your support's getting dove. Bubble for peel. Stay contesting. You have your shield still. And this, like, in whichever way you spin it, whether it's like you're just focusing primarily on the combo of like auto, mag cannon, auto, or 2 autos, mag cannon, auto, looking for a pick, always try and make sure that you're remembering at like stages to check behind you. Your support's being dove, bubble. You peeled by giving them a bubble. That can be the difference between them living or dying. So let's say like I'm low here, I'm absorbing the damage. Back for your heals off your healer. You're back on the front line, bubbling. Blocking some more. But like, let's say you're in a match where you have to push the cart. For example, you can play around the side, you're poking, you're trying to get a combo. You can push behind the back of the cart here. You can reload, reset your mag cannon. You're still contesting heavily in like the front. You've not given up like any space. So this is the cart, this plant pot. They're on this side by the healing, the health pack here. You're on this side here. You're still in the fight. You've just got cover to play around. And then you can come back out. You can poke and poke. If you want to, you can bobble. There's ways to just work around the core combo. You can do it as poke, poke, shield, and then like poke, poke, poke some more, bubble. Or you can like, just depends on, like, you'll get a feel for it the more that you play the character, and like you get more of a gauge of whether you're taking a little bit too much damage or whether like you're okay, or you just want to keep the space contested, or you're aggressing forward a little bit. So like you aggress forward a little bit, you bubble, put a bit of pressure on. You can use your shield to come back a bit if you need to as well. There's a couple of different like ways of however the game's playing out in which you can actually get the combo in, like, you know, certain orders. But all in all, it's the same kind of loop. Sometimes it's slightly situational for the way in which you'll use it. But for the main primary one, if you're new to Magneto and new to Marvel Rivals in general, try and incorporate poke, poke. If you can get a combo or a kill, brilliant. Or to force somebody out, block, poking some more, and then shield to stay up on controlling the space. I meant bubble, not shield. And then you can shield again. Now, if you've played into the match decent bit, you've racked up your ultimate. One thing that you can do is you can go higher, you can go lower, and then try and get your picks. The more comfortable that you get playing on Magneto, it'll become a little bit more easier for you to land your ult. It's not too difficult overall, but it'll become a little bit more smoother for you in practice of it all. But one thing that I will say is, once you've started picking up your double kills, you know, you can just start hitting the mag shuffle, you know, for a little bit of meme. I'm joking, don't do that in your games. Do not do that in your games. But who doesn't enjoy a little bit of memey fun, right? But yeah, all in all though, guys, this is a simple breakdown for how to get consistent value out of Magneto. If you guys found any of this information helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. And if you guys, again, would like to see the full breakdown on what space is and why it's so important, like I mentioned earlier, comment space down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.